I've never been able to explain what happened that summer. I was 23 years old and living alone in a small apartment building. It wasn't a bad place. The rent was cheap, the neighborhood was quiet, and most of the tenants kept to themselves. The building had a shared laundry room in the basement. Because I worked late shifts, I usually did my laundry around midnight when nobody else was around. One night, while loading clothes into a washer, I noticed a man sitting in the corner of the room. He looked to be in his late 30s, wearing a dark hoodie and jeans. I gave him a quick nod. He didn't respond. He just stared. It was uncomfortable, but I figured he was waiting for someone. A few days later, I saw him again. Same corner, same stare. Still no laundry, no phone, nothing. Just sitting there. After that, I started seeing him more often. Sometimes he would be standing near the dryers, sometimes near the vending machines, but he never seemed to actually use the laundry room, and every single time, he watched me. One evening, I asked the building manager about him. The manager looked confused. "Who?" "The guy in the basement." He shook his head. "I don't know who you're talking about." That answer bothered me more than it should have. A week later, things got worse. I came home from work around 11 p.m. and found a folded piece of paper outside my apartment door. I opened it. Inside were 4 words. "Nice blue shirt today." My heart skipped a beat. I had worn a blue shirt that day. Nobody should have known that. I lived alone. I threw the note away, convincing myself it was some stupid prank. Then another note appeared 3 days later. "You should lock your windows." This time I got scared. I checked every window immediately. One of them was unlocked. The bedroom window. The one facing the back alley. For the first time since moving there, I felt genuinely unsafe. I bought a cheap security camera online and placed it in my living room facing the front door. For several nights, nothing happened. Then one morning, I woke up and noticed a notification from the camera app. Motion detected at 3:17 a.m. My stomach tightened. I opened the recording. The video showed complete darkness. Nothing moved. Nothing entered. Nothing happened. But right before the clip ended, the camera microphone picked up a whisper. A man's voice. Very quiet. Very close. Almost right next to the camera. The voice said, "Wrong room." I replayed it at least 20 times. I barely slept that night. The next evening, I decided to stay awake. I locked every door and window, turned off the lights, and waited. Around 2:30 in the morning, I heard something, a faint metallic sound, like a key scraping against a lock. The noise came from outside my apartment door. I froze. The sound continued. Someone was trying keys, different keys, one after another, trying to find the correct one. I grabbed my phone and quietly dialed 911. Then the sounds stopped. Silence, for nearly a minute. And then, 3 slow knocks. Knock, knock, knock. The dispatcher was still on the line when I looked through the peephole. I immediately wished I hadn't. Standing in the hallway was the man from the laundry room, completely motionless, looking directly at my door, as if he knew I was watching him. The police arrived within minutes, but by the time they got there, he was gone. No signs of forced entry, no evidence, nothing. The officers took a report and left. I started looking for a new apartment the next day. 2 weeks later, I moved out. I thought the nightmare was finally over. I was wrong. 3 months passed. Life returned to normal. Then one evening, while unpacking an old storage box, I found something that made my blood run cold. A photograph, not one of mine. It was an old printed photo. The picture showed my apartment building from across the street. At first, I didn't understand where it came from. Then I noticed something. In one of the windows, my window, I could see myself standing inside. The photo had clearly been taken from outside. Someone had been watching me for a long time. My hands were shaking as I turned the photo over. Written on the back were 6 words. I almost got the right room. I moved again shortly after that. I never received another note, never saw the man again. At least that's what I thought. Because last year, nearly 4 years after everything happened, I was scrolling through social media when I froze. A friend had posted photos from a local street festival. People were walking around, eating food, laughing, normal pictures. But in the background of one photo, partially hidden behind a crowd, was a man wearing a dark hoodie, staring directly into the camera. And even after all those years, I recognized him instantly. The same face, the same expression, the same man from the laundry room. I zoomed in. And that's when I noticed something even worse. He wasn't looking at the camera. He was looking at me. Because the photo had been taken on the exact street where I live now.